Hey everyone, welcome back to Simple Living. I hope you guys are all doing well. So for this week's video, as you can tell by the title, I'll be sharing with you guys my October bullet journal setup, and you can follow me as I plan for the month. I decided to film an updated version as my setup has changed a little bit, and seeing as you guys all enjoyed the last one that I filmed, I thought I would do it again. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy and benefit, and let's get straight into it. Alright, so to begin, I first grabbed out my iPad and done a little bit of planning just before I went into writing down all the layouts that I wanted. So what I do is simply write the titles that I want and any important things that I must add for this month's layout. That just really helps me to have a good plan of what I want to write, and I just like to have it there so that I can refer to always. And then I'll go in with a pencil and just draw up everything just so that I know exactly what it's going to look like, and again, so I don't make any mistakes and waste time redoing it all over again. So then I'll start on my front cover. So for this month I stuck to a little minimal, as always, theme with some leaves at the very top. I wrote the October month, which is this month, and some small little leaves at the very top, and a line separating those two. And then I went ahead and wrote down a small calendar at the very bottom with a 1 box gap between each one, so it was nice and spread out. And yeah, I was happy with that, the way that came out. And to finish, I simply added a border on the outside. I think it was one box away from the edges, just to nicely put everything together and make it look a little bit more presentable and sophisticated. And then I went on to the monthly overspread. So I started off by making a big box. So I had measured it previously so that each box was 6 by 6, and then what I did was I made sure to separate the last 3 days and the first 4 days, 2 lines in the middle, just so it looks nice, a little bit more presentable, which I'll show you in a second. Then I went in with a calligraphy type of font and wrote up the days of the week. Yeah, see, as you can see, I did separate the 3 days with the 4 days with 2 lines in the middle. It looks a lot better in my opinion. And then, like I did with the other side, added Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to finish off the days. And then on the section on the side where I had a little bit of space, I added my goals for the month, and as well as the YouTube play button, so I can write down my YouTube ideas, and finally some notes at the bottom. And I also added the numbers of the month, which you can see in the following footage. And then moving on to the next page, I started off by having an assignment tracker and a cleaning schedule. With a cleaning schedule, this was the first time I actually had done this in my bullet journal. I usually do it outside of my bullet journal. But basically what it is writing each day of the week, and then from there I can write down the set cleaning requirements that I need to complete for each day, whether that's based on each room or based on a task, whatever it is. I will be filming a video more on that soon, so stay tuned for that. Then going on to my assignments tracker, I just wrote down all the assignments that I needed for that month. And yeah, that area is just more for my own doodling and just writing down any information I need. Alright, so now moving on to the weekly spread. I have changed this up from what I previously had in my bullet journal, and I find that this one works really, really well. So to begin, at the very top, I drew up a few boxes. They were 3 by 5 each, where I just drew up the weather for the week. And then I divided the page into 2 so that I could have a section for homework and my own personal work. So then I can write what I need for the week and all the tasks that I need to complete, just has an area dedicated to that. And then at the very bottom, I do have a tracker. I haven't been using these for a while, but I thought I'd incorporate them a little bit more just so I could really keep track of what I'm getting up to in a day. Then moving on to the following page, I I created these 3 rectangle boxes where I will write the schedule that I have for the day. So this is really good because it's keeping track of time. It's timely based, so it really helps me to keep track of what tasks I need to do as well as the time dedicated for that task. So each of the rectangles, if you're interested, is 7 by 28, so that's how long it is. And then I write the times that I want on the side. So for everyone it's different just based on what your schedule looks like. And then I went ahead and just filled out all the classes and all the things that I needed to get done for each day depending on the time slot. I'm a very time oriented person, so I like to have tasks and a time always written next to them so that it really keeps me on top of things. And then at the very bottom, I went ahead and added a to-do list for each day. This is the area where I like to break down tasks into smaller chunks so that I know clearly what needs to be done to complete those tasks, and so that I know exactly what needs to be done in order to complete what needs to be completed. Then once I filled out all the information into the boxes, I go ahead and grab my Mildliners and simply color code all the classes that I have and all the things that I've got going on during the week. In the past, what I've done is like colored the whole box, but I feel like it's a little bit too much for me, so I just simply like to add a line on the very side, depending on the category or the class that I've got. So that's pretty much what my weekly spreads setup looks like. Another thing I really like about this style is that it really helps me to visualize what type of free time that I have as well. So when I used to write down simply all the lists of things that I need to get done, I really didn't have a good grasp of the structure that my day would look like. So having it nicely visually represented here is a good way just to know what free time you've got, what time you've got to, say, do your morning routine, what time you've got to attend class, and it's just really helpful. I definitely recommend trying it out, seeing how it goes, figuring out if it's something that will work for you. And to finish, I simply go ahead on the next page and fill out the remainder of the week, and I tend to have a gap at the very end, so I like to add a notes section so I can write down any of my thoughts, any things that I need, any reminders. Just a nice area to free write. I'll go again and write up all the information for that, and that's basically how my planning for the month will go. As I said, my methods are always changing depending on the demands that I've got during that period of time, so at the moment this is what I'm sticking to, and who knows, it may change, it may stay the same. I really hope you guys enjoy watching and benefited in some way. As always, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and follow my socials, which will be linked down below. I hope you guys have a great week and see you next time.